Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California. What a week we've had. We've had internet issues and all kinds of stuff going on. And now the weather's changing and it's bringing in thousands more hummingbirds. So I'm right now doing feeders. I feel like that's all I'm doing from morning till night. I've done a few different things here. I've been making sure I have plenty of places where there's feeders out of the rain. Even though we don't have rain yet and it's kind of been misty, a little drizzle, I want to make sure a lot of the feeders are either covered, and that's okay. But when rain is driving rain, even the small covers don't work really good. So I try to get it like under the roof. So the eaves will be protecting the birds and the feeders. Because if the feeders, let me move this because you're going to look at my rosemary only. And I'll move this one too. When the rain comes, and if it gets inside the feeders, it will make it diluted. And when it's diluted, they won't feed. Look how many there are, and they just keep coming. So you have to make sure the feeders don't get wet. A lot of you have told me, well, geez, I put it out and all of a sudden they stopped using it. If they stopped using it and you've had too much mist or rain and it got inside, sometimes there might be plenty of sugar on the top part of the feeder, but it will settle on the bottom and the water, they won't know it. It'll just taste like water, so they won't use it, is what it is. And then the only thing you can really do is you dump it and you put out new food. So that's what I'm doing right now. Look at this. This is so enjoyable. I'm gonna have to come live. Maybe not today, but this has just been crazy. When the weather is beautiful, like we've had really nice weather, we've been in the upper 70s and sunny, then they find a lot of stuff because I'm growing tons of flowers now. But look how quickly they're taking the feeders and emptying them. I mean, I just filled that and it's almost empty right down here. Those I just filled. I've got more here I've got to fill. And the problem is when I make hummingbird food, I don't want to give it to them hot or even warm. So I put a couple ice cubes in there, cool it down to at least room temperature, which I'm waiting for now. And then I'll put some more food out. The formula, and the only formula I use, is 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar and 1 cup of water, and that is table sugar. Do not use raw sugar, no syrup, no simple syrup or anything like that, because the white granulated sugar is sucrose. That is the only thing these birds can metabolize. It's with the Smithsonian. They've stated that. The Hummingbird Society have asked the same thing, and zoos all over the world. So that's all you want to do. And this will really help them out. A lot of nature can't find enough food. And that's because we're building more homes and buildings and everything. And you know that. So it takes away the natural wild plants that would grow there that they would feed on. So all we're doing is we're helping them. They're not living on this. Oh, no, no, no. They're coming here to fill up on what they can't find. And then they go and forage. So that's what's going on here. I'll show you what else I did out the window. What I put out there is a purple tree-collared skeleton. The plant died back, maybe months ago, 6 months ago, and I saved that because it's so, look at that, the stems, the way the stems and branches are just twisted around. It's so cool that is what I use for perches for a lot of the wild birds in the bird garden. So I decided to stake one up here, and when the first rain comes in, I'm going to see if they use it. Now, I don't like having a lot of perches around, because if you have too many perches that make them too comfortable, then you'll get some of the rufous come in here, the feisty ones, and they'll stake a perch, and then they'll try to keep the other birds away from the feeders. And that's what I don't want, and you don't want that either. So you want to make it where they fly in, they sit, they feed, enjoy themselves, and then leave. But in the rain, when it's pouring, they're desperately huddled under eaves of the house, inside trees, trying to get out of the pouring rain. Though the rain doesn't hurt them because their feathers have oil on them and it will run off, they don't want to sit in the rain if they don't have to. They can fly in the rain, they can feed in the rain, but just like us, if they don't have to, they don't want to. So we'll see how that goes. And if they like it, maybe I'll bring another one in, as long as it doesn't cause a problem. See, there's a little rufous sitting on the top there. That's okay. He's just sitting there waiting to come down and get a drink. But when you get him staked in a comfortable perch, that's when they can cause some problems. So all in all, the birds are doing good. They're moving here in because of the weather's going to change. We're going to cool down. So they're coming to here because we have a lot of flowers still. And of course, they know there's food, there's water, and there's shelter and water to bathe in. That is still important to them. They come every morning, tons of them, hundreds of them coming to the water fountain, and I've got to get a few more going. That one is battery operated now, which is a USB battery. I leave that 24/7 going. And then they can come in here and wash off any of the pollen or nectar that got on them, because that they cannot, it can't stay on them. It can cause problems. So that's why they bathe so much. They bathe more than any other bird, really, because they need to keep clean. So all in all, everybody's doing good. A couple of you have asked me in San Diego, you have a lot of birds, will they leave? I really believe in San Diego, if you've got food, water, and shelter, and water for them to bathe in, they're going to stay, because the weather there should be fairly good like here. When I say fairly good, even though we may drop into the 30s at night, they go into the torpid state at night so they can shut their body down, and then during the day they can still find food, because this they can't live on solely. This is just to fulfill them on what they can't find. And there should be plenty of food in San Diego. So all you people from San Diego asking me, keep your feeders out clean and ready for them. Even if they disappear for a few days, they might have just gone somewhere else, I do believe they would stay there. Other areas up north where you're getting snow, some will stay if they're very, very young and can't make the migration that they're supposed to do, or if they're older and they're not well enough and they know they can't make it, those will stay. I know it can get really cold there, but they can live in the snow and really cold areas as long as they've got food, water, and shelter. And the shelter can be deep inside a tree, up against the house. There's places they can go. So if you see them, leave your feeders out. And that's all we have to do for them, because there's not much else we can do. They'll do the rest. They know what's best. And that is all we can do, is support them by adding some food out there. If you don't have that many, don't fill the feeders as I do here, because here they empty them in a matter of hours. If your feeder isn't emptied every day, then put half in there, put a quarter in there, even if the base has got food. That's all you need to do. And then change it if you can. It'd be very good if you can change it out every 24 hours. But once it's cool, you could go 48 hours. If you see any type of mold starting to grow on the inside, sometimes it will grow towards the top. You might see a little dark spot. Just take it down, scrub it really good in the sink as you would if you were going to drink out of it, and then just put it back and all should be good to go. So that's the update on the hummingbirds as we are approaching winter. And now, let them eat in peace, and I got to go finish putting out a few more feeders full of food so they can get their share of what they need before the sun goes down. With that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.